Okay, so that's starting. Children. Okay. So, I don't know, like, the official stuff, but when I was doing my training, so to call the meeting to order, they were like, you have to do the pledge every time. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a dual citizen. I hate the pledge. So I will just, what we'll do is do a minute of reverence, because reverence can count, and you can do the pledge in your head if you want to. I'm sorry. It's just so weird to me. So that's what that is on there. Give you like 30 seconds to like be quiet, and then we can go on. All right. Okay. I don't know how to run these things, so correct me as we go.
I don't think any of us know how to run all that. You guys know how to run
official.
Yeah.
We'll just go through.
Yeah.
So introducing, I'm Chantal.
You're the president.
Yeah.
Okay.
And our daughters played soccer together.
Yes.
And then you and I talked, like, I remember talking at one of the practices with Ginny.
Yeah, Ginny was going to come. I don't know where
she texted me this morning and said she couldn't make it.
Oh, okay.
So.
Tell me your name.
Adrian.
Adrian, and your last name?
Wilson.
Okay.
And I'm not like, I don't have a position really. I'm just.
She's awesome.
I
She
help
put
out.
all the golden apples.
I recognize you. I recognize you.
I was like, please just take it.
Gold apple's so easy. Like, I love doing
See,
that.
and if people were like, okay, just like one little
thing.
thing,
That's
just
great.
take care of
We could just
it.
get
That's
one
all you have to do.
meal.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, Laura.
So I'm Laura Rubio, and I help with Reflections.
Yes. Thank you.
Are you related to the other Rubios?
No,
I know. I asked the same thing at Junior Achievement. I was like, wait, are you guys related?
Yeah,
because they signed up too.
they signed up for first grade, and I did too. And
Yeah, it was like confusing. Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah.
Sarah.
I'm Sarah. I was the treasurer last year. My 2 years are up, so now I'm fundraising something. Just name calling so that I can help.
And I'm Kristen Palmer. I was the secretary. Now I'm going to be the treasurer.
And then the secretary will be Erin May.
Oh, great.
And I think they're out of town.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Treasurer's report. What are you needing for the AFR?
I just need 3 people willing to give me 10 minutes of their time to look through the books.
And they can't be signers, right?
They can't be any of us.
So
I've done it before for Amelia.
It's super easy, and I can walk you through every step.
Because I've done it twice over there, but I still don't remember what I did.
Yeah,
so.
it's so easy. So if one other person comes, you were
when
expecting,
Allison comes,
then I can just walk. If you would be willing to do it,
We could
too.
all do it at once.
Sure.
Yeah, everyone can do it at one time. I'll walk you through. I have all the documents. So
Just to have a different eyes going through the
exactly, just to make
Yeah.
sure everything's in line.
And it can't be us because we sign checks. So it has to be somebody else who doesn't sign the checks to make sure we didn't do anything wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
and if you guys are okay, like staying to do that, that would be great because it's due by the 1st of August. So, okay. So as I was doing, like, going through the trainings, they were like really pushing on like having procedure books and standing rules. And I was like, what? We don't have those. So I'm just wanting to like make sure we're documenting everything, and I'll just be putting them in a binder. That way we can have stuff so that if I just have a feeling that they're going to be watching us this year.
Why would you have that feeling, Chantal?
And I feel bad saying that. I feel bad saying that. But it wasn't just that though, because we had the issues when you came in and we weren't in compliance. And
Yeah.
So to fill you in, my husband accidentally paid our taxes through the PTA account because
They
our
have a Wells
checkbooks
Fargo and they have a
no.
were the same.
or not Wells Fargo, sorry,
Zions Bank.
They literally look exactly the same.
And he wasn't thinking about it, and he paid the taxes
But she
through it.
figured it out like immediately, and immediately put the money back in and everything, and contacted this PTA and stuff. and they were ticked.
The
Oh,
state
really?
PTA like
yes.
so mean.
They made us
made
shut down the
close
bank
our
account.
and
Oh
reopen
my
it.
God.
It was intense.
Yeah.
And it was like, she's the one, she's like
so
the most
sorry.
organized treasurer
Yeah.
we've ever had. And
But it was a mistake for sure. But they were
And it was
treating it like
immediately corrected. And
immediately she put
like
the money
I was
back in.
a fraudster or something. Anyway, so they probably will be watching us.
but we were out of compliance when
Yeah, when she came in,
she
it was
came in.
a mess. There was like no
Nobody
like,
had done anything for like 2 years, and so none of the books were in order.
so I'm just I have a feeling they're going to be watching us, so I'm wanting to make sure we're documenting everything. And
yeah.
Oh.
It's hard because it's like just volunteers.
Yes,
I know.
You're like just
Yeah.
don't be harsh, but I mean you have to be.
exactly.
And that's
strict,
what we said. Like we did everything we possibly could. It was like human error, and
It was like such an honest mistake and nothing. And we went to them. Nobody else caught it.
No.
Sarah caught it immediately.
anyway,
Yeah.
so yes, it's a good thing I'm not treasurer.
Oh, man. Seems so silly, but that's the way they handled it. They were going to audit us for like 5 years because of it and all this stuff. But
Luckily
because we
they-
shut down the account, they finally said, no, well, we won't do the 5-year audit. It was crazy.
way more than it needed to be.
Because
in
the
my
account was compromised.
I was like, the IRS is the one that had the information, and it was just the account number. He paid like through a, what do they call those, like
ACH.
ACH payment, and
You know,
so
he just paid online. He didn't
he
write
just
a
saw
check.
the number at the bottom of the check, and I'm like, anybody that has a check can have that number. So I don't know why it's compromised, but they
Because
said
you're
it
not
was.
allowed to anything electronically with
Yeah.
PTA funds.
Yeah.
Really?
It's so
all
weird.
paper?
You have to write checks for everything. There's no like pay online. You have to write a check for everything.
Even like online, you're not allowed to. It can only be read access. Gosh,
it's so
That's
weird.
tricky. I mean, in the world that we live in,
Yes.
we're all moving away.
And
from
that's why we
paper.
can't do Venmo or anything. We're banned. PTA cannot accept money through Venmo.
And even when you're like selling T-shirts, I feel like they did that, but maybe they
No.
didn't.
So we can do Square.
Yeah, Square.
But it's through the PTA website,
it's okay.
basically. Yeah.
I know what she's doing. You stay here, okay?
Even the churches for
She's
little
going to. Go
I know. Seriously. It's crazy. So, yeah.
Yeah. So, I really liked what you had set up for the spring carnival afterwards. That paper or that document on.
Oh, yes.
So,
Yes.
I'm thinking things like that.
Like,
so,
yeah, that's good for like what worked and what didn't. How many sodas we sold? Did we run out? That kind of stuff. Because otherwise, we're like, we kind of have been like reinventing the wheel every time. What did we do last time? How many did we sell? Did they go fast? And it's like, what if everybody leaves and the next people have no clue? You
Totally.
know, so
No, it's
we're
so
trying
good
to
to
document more like that. Yeah.
and they're saying that we need 10 people at the meetings.
Well, do kids count?
Yeah.
We got 10.
How can they? I mean, what?
So that's
We're
why
gonna drag people in against their will?
know.
That's the stupidest
know.
thing
Well,
I've ever
they
heard.
said that they can vote after the meeting.
And
Like,
that's-
if you send them the notes, they can say yes or no.
That's why I've been doing the website. Is then we'll post recordings and everything, give them 24 hours.
It's like even the teachers at the school can do it. So if we sent a school email, please look at the notes, approve. So then we would
interesting.
have like 50 from that
Yes.
if they did it.
So if I'm like pushing the website or pushing things, that's why, is just so that we're in compliance. Committee chairs, I want to make sure we're having committee chairs so that people aren't doing like 5 things at once. And then, yeah, the broadcasting meeting. So basically, okay, I met with Jamie last week, and I just wanted to like touch base with her of what she wanted us to focus on. So I have in order ish. Yeah, this is pretty much in order of what, the order of what she was like, what? Okay, we'll go play it. Just say play with me. So the biggest thing that she really wants the PTA to continue doing is paying for the t-shirts. So in a minute, I'll pull out what Audrey's been working on. We can look at the designs and see what we want to do.
Okay.
And then the Teacher Appreciation Week help, and the yearbook, and then the family picnic and the spring festival. she wants us to keep the Spirit Night. She really likes that idea. That's okay. And then Golden Apple.
So tell me in the order that she said.
It's in the order that it's on there.
Oh, okay.
T-shirts, back to school night, red carpet day. Am I in the wrong spot?
That's what I see.
Oh, that's what I see too.
Oh, you know what? Sorry, that's the next one. Okay, sorry. I printed 2 copies. Okay, so it's shirts.
Okay.
Teacher appreciation.
Teacher appreciation.
Then yearbook.
Yearbook.
Family picnic. And spring festival. Spirit nights. Golden apple. Reflections. 6th grade graduation. And then volunteers for like vision and screening and things like that. And then safety week-ish.
She doesn't care about safety week is the thing.
Basically, well, so safety week, so what's going on is safety week is now going to be done by legislature. It has to be done by the school. There has to be a safety week by the school.
Okay.
So there's a lot of things.
If we can just do the fire truck thing.
That's
so many kids have asked about
that's
that.
the thing. She's like, yeah, we need to do that. And so I know Lisa is getting the contact for the fire truck and was giving it to Jamie. But basically that's going to be the school's responsibility, but she was like, I would love it if PTA helps out.
Mm-hmm.
But as the school's responsibility, it's the vice principal's responsibility, and I haven't had a chance to meet with her. So she was like, maybe just kind of put a pin in that one.
Okay.
Reflections, she's not a big pusher for. However, the new VP I know is big in the arts. So
Who's the new VP?
Deanna, I can't remember the last name now. So the thing with reflections is I do want to see like how much participation we're getting, because if we aren't increasing the participation, I don't want us killing ourselves.
Yeah. We had a huge increase last year, didn't we?
You guys do such a good job with it.
From the year before, didn't we?
Yeah, I know we got.
I think we had more.
I think
because
we
it
had-
was almost too much to handle for us.
Yes.
I love that you guys hung the stuff up
Yes,
in the
I
hallway,
agree.
because then
Yeah, that
it
was
like
fun.
showed the kids what it is. Because
We're like,
some of
maybe
them
I'll
didn't
do
even
that.
know what it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
Advertising.
And I think it was smart to send out a thing. We have it sitting on our counter actually.
Oh, before
And
school ended?
Before school ended, so people can think about it through the summer. Because I feel like right at back to school time, things are crazy.
Yeah.
And it seems like it comes up quick. I mean,
It does.
because my kids are always like, oh, I want to do reflections. And then all of a sudden it's here. You know, it's like, but I like the idea. We've talked about it actually. Like, we should probably work on that during the summer. You know, we
summer, why
haven't
not?
yet, but we like
Yeah,
talked
that's a
about
good
it.
point.
And
Yeah.
anyway, so
I know we've never done it just because it comes so fast.
Yeah.
that's exactly, yeah.
Yeah, it's accepting imperfection this year. So I feel like
Yeah.
that's an easy one to.
My kids, I feel like I would tell them, and then like the week before, they're like, "Oh, I want to do something."
Yes.
Turn it in.
Yeah.
So like, I'm like, doesn't matter how early I tell them, but
Yeah.
yeah.
So we'll go in detail of all of the things in a second, but those were just kind of like her priority down. And I did talk to her about getting us a teacher rep, so that because we're supposed to have a VP of it by administration, and that's her, and then a teacher VP. So she's going to get us a teacher that's there. She's maybe even getting us 2, so that we can have 2 teachers there. And then I was
That
like,
would be great.
I know,
'cause I
that's-
don't even know what they need.
exactly, that's what I said. So that's going to be coming. Any questions about any of that so far? Do you need another pen?
I might. Thanks.
No problem.
It was working.
I know, I hate when mine does that. Okay, so we'll go through the PTA responsibilities. That was the thing. Oh, so Jamie went through it, and then since then I've been thinking, and that's where the back to school night and the red carpet day come in and things like that. So I was like, oh, we need to take care of that. She didn't even remember that.
So I think the school does most of that.
Red carpet day?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. However, I'll bring it up when we talk
Okay.
to them. I have a couple things. So, okay, t-shirts. First thing we need to figure out is, do we want to know the sizes, get the sizes beforehand and order exact sizing, or do we want to, it's like what they did last year where the teachers got the sizes and then we ordered, or do we want to just order bulk and if we
Have
run out
them
of a
ready
size-
right at the
Yeah.
beginning. So that's the benefit.
Yeah.
So did last year they give them out at back to school night?
No.
But they did the year before, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it was a disaster.
It was a disaster.
It was?
Well, it was great because we got so many people coming to the PTA booth and signing up for events. The problem is the line was out the door and parents were furious.
Well, and then
Because it
like
slowed it
half the
down.
kids got their shirts and half didn't, and they had to make really careful like who got their
got
shirt
theirs.
off.
So we don't want to
Yes.
do that again.
Yeah.
No, we can't do that again. It was, parents were furious about the long wait to get even into the school.
So, I mean, that would be the point to get them beforehand, was be like hand it all at
Yeah.
once. But
Well,
that was
even like the
disaster, so-
first day of school, we had them out. The way it was, we didn't have shirts until the end of September.
And I have a feeling our shirts are going to be later since we haven't ordered them yet. Like, haven't even designed them yet. So,
I might as well get the size of that if we have
kind
to
of
wait.
what I'm thinking. So
Because otherwise you guess, and if you don't have enough, you run out of, then we're going to have to order again.
yeah.
Where I know before it was like, they ordered a few extras, but if people were like needed to change, she was like, sorry, that's the size you ordered.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
So what we'll need to do then is put together a sheet to hand out to the teachers.
Yeah.
Like first week of school, get
Yeah.
those done.
Yeah.
And that's easy. I can do that in my spare time while I'm sitting at the lunch desk. Design. So the theme is
Theme on it to remind kids through the year. And she really has a theme for each year.
Yeah.
So,
She said we can do whichever. Though. We don't
Yeah.
have to include it.
yes. So I'll show you guys. Audrey's been putting together some designs with that. Doesn't let me record when I switch this, so we'll just pass around what Audrey's designed. And okay. So, what's the deadline we want to set to have a design ready and submitted?
When do we get the t-shirts?
I mean, do we even,
We're gonna get
know the
sizes.
turnaround?
I don't know the turnaround. I don't.
So did you do these all by
gonna ask
hand or
who
on the
designs
computer?
them.
Because they kind of look.
So we,
That's a lot of work for her, but
I know.
also.
yeah. So Audrey, the last PTA president, put together some designs for us to look at.
Okay.
But we're kind of we want to go our own direction.
Oh, okay.
So I'm fine with us doing that. I just want to set a deadline of when we want to have like a final design,
Gotcha.
so that we're not like
I feel like
scrambling
we
later.
could probably try to have something
August
in,
1st?
yeah, for sure.
Okay.
And I think, I like the idea so the last couple years, Jamie and Audrey just worked on it and designed it, and it was, I kind of liked in previous years, we sent it out kind of for a vote with the PTA. Not that like I want so much control, but like there were shirts that the PTA liked that my kids were like, those are ugly. I would never wear that.
know, it's almost
and
like
then they're
kids
like,
should
oh, I
too.
didn't think to ask our kids.
The
And
flowered
shirts up
one,
yeah.
my son was like,
My
I'm
son
not gonna
too.
wear that.
My son said that too.
I thought the flowered one was cute, but
I can see that.
the boys,
I did think that.
the boys
But
were
the
like,
boys, hardly any
But it was
boys
really
wore
cute.
it. It was
I thought it
cute.
was super cute.
It was a cute design, but again, I feel like, so when we asked the kids that year, all of them were like, oh yeah, they picked a different one than most of the PTA did. So I think, I mean, if we really want, the whole point is to get them to wear these, let's get something that not
we
just
could
one or
even
two people
have
like.
our kids. look
Yeah,
at
that's
them
what I'm
and-
saying. So I just think that's a good idea rather than, and I'm not saying you would just say, I'm picking this, but I think it's better to get more eyes to be like, yeah, I don't think boys will wear flowers or something like that, you know?
I have an
That's a good
idea.
idea.
Give me one sec. What? No, not right now. I can't. Do we dare have a couple designs, have them up at the PTA desk at back to school night and say, check in at the PTA desk and vote for your shirt for this year?
Oh, that's
Get more
fun.
people there.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
feel like, yeah. Sorry.
especially if the. Oh no, you're good. You're totally fine.
I'm Allison, by the way. No, I was just gonna say, I feel like the kids, yeah, some Lydia has loved, some
Yeah.
she's not like. Even last year, she didn't like that it was neon green.
Yeah.
She's like,
Yeah.
Nobody,
I don't like that.
Yeah,
want
I don't
something
think
more
hardly anybody
plain.
did.
Yeah. So
gonna say
I like that idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
That's
we'll,
actually super fun. I think my
I
kids
think
would
it'd be
love
fun.
to go and vote.
And then it gets people at the PTA table.
Yeah.
It
and
gets
so
a little messy,
do,
but
they do the check off if they're going to do that again. They usually do
Like
go
a bingo
to this,
card.
yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah.
bingo
Yeah.
card. So that could be the PTA
Go
one,
vote
and
for
then
your
we have
shirt.
the
Yeah.
sign-ups. Yeah,
Could you even if you're worried about a long line, could you have 2 tables
Yes.
or something?
Yeah.
And I
it
feel
was
like-
just passing out the shirts.
I
This
feel
one wouldn't be
like-
so bad. It was just, okay, tell me your name. What size do you want? Because we let them pick their size. It was just, it took forever.
remember
But voting on a design would be easy. We could just have a card.
Yeah.
And
Well,
they
I
just,
would say, yeah, and just
Can we just make a mark?
Yeah.
make a mark. I was
Totally.
gonna say we'd just
Have
have
a
2
poster.
buckets, but yeah, then we'd have to count. Just 2 buckets that they
or
then
even
put
they
some-
could drop
ticket
a bean or a ticket or
Yeah.
a something in it. Yeah, to
Yeah.
vote. That's a good idea.
Of course, if you see the marks, and that's gonna like encourage, like you're gonna be like, oh, most people, I feel like they should,
Yeah, yeah. So that's a good idea. Just drop something in a bucket for which one you like.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a
So-
good idea.
So we want,
vote.
let's have 4 designs by August 1st, and then we can narrow it down to 2. Do you think?
Yeah.
Make it simple.
Love it.
And then
So
we'll
is
have-
this is probably dumb, but do we make up the designs? Like, can I make up a design?
Yeah. So
Oh, show her. Oh, does somebody have
I can show
find
it.
my
yeah,
phone. I
you
just
have
had
them
it.
now. If I go out of the recording, it stops the recording.
So
So
you can just scroll up through. There,
So, yeah.
it's the theme that Jamie
We
came
didn't
up
really
with.
like any of them, so
Yeah. So that just
Okay, but this little saying will be on it.
well
it doesn't
maybe.
have to be.
have to. So so what it is Jamie comes up with a theme for every year.
Yeah, okay.
Her theme this year is have grit, and she's wanting it to be like the take chances, make mistakes, get messy from the Magic School Bus.
Oh, cute. Okay.
So that's where it's all going. Her main focus is the have grit, but she was like, this is the closest saying I could find that would be like cool to go with.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that's
okay.
where we're
yeah,
at.
no,
But it also can just be plain and say
Yeah.
Lakeview Lions. Like
okay. That's.
it just depends. Yeah.
I was gonna say that's cute.
So maybe
but
we have
I
a
can't
couple
honestly
with
say that.
with each or something. I don't know.
I'm not sure, like the Miss Frizzle Jamie hybrid.
Yeah, it's a little it's a little
Yeah.
creepy. It's a little
It's a
creepy.
sticker on your water bottle, but not as a shirt.
Yeah, I agree. That would be a little weird having all the kids walk around with that on their shirt. A little creepy.
Well, the thing is, I have a feeling she did it with AI because I was showing Laura when I was making the website. AI comes up with some creepy stuff.
Yeah, it does.
In fact, even if you like look on the website now, the final pictures on the program's page are all AI pictures, and I kept them because they made me laugh so much. So,
I gotta go look at them now.
yeah. Okay, so are we good with t-shirts? Move on to back to school night?
Yep.
Okay, back to school night. So now we know we want to have the t-shirt voting. We are going to, I think it would be good to have sign-up sheets for all the things we're needing throughout the year.
We've talked about that, like even teacher appreciation doors, even like when people sign up for parties,
Yes.
each classroom, will you do their door?
Yeah.
Because you're so much more motivated.
Yes.
But by the end of the year, you're like, I'm so tired, I don't want to sign up
yeah.
for anything.
Yeah.
So then,
You catch them, they committed.
Yeah.
you're like,
Well, and then you have their phone number that you can call and say,
and you're mentally preparing, like, okay, I know I'm in charge of that.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking just go down the list of what we had said were the things, and it doesn't have to be super specific. It would just be you need about this much time.
So Lisa created a document with like a description of what's needed and how much time, which is great. And then you could say it's only an hour.
I actually have signups for all of them. I created it like
Okay.
3 years ago or something, where we had a sign up for each one, and it had a description. Just a minute. It had a description for what each one is, and I'm sure I have it still. But anyway, it was like vision screening. We need this many volunteers. It takes 2 hours, and it's on this date, you know, and stuff like that. So I think if you can be as specific as possible, you're more likely to get people. Some people told us later, like if it was for an event and it had nobody on it, they thought if they signed up first, that meant they were going to be in charge of it. And so even if we could like find one person or one of us
Just
who
be
like puts our name
the
at the
committee member
first,
in
so that we're
charge.
kind of the person in charge, and then maybe other people will sign up like, oh, somebody else is there, I'm not going to have to be in charge of that. I don't know, something to think about.
That's true.
Okay. Can you send me those signups because I'm wanting to create so Laura has been working on this really cool calendar. If you go onto the website, you click on the calendar link, it
The
takes
one
you
you sent us?
yeah.
Yeah.
It takes you to a calendar, and then every event you click on it, the hyperlink takes you straight to the sign up page.
Beautiful.
That's
So
awesome.
So that's the theory. So we have
Yeah.
to. I can make the signups, but I don't like know what's needed.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like, you know.
No.
And so if we can have all of that on like one account,
Yeah.
so that
I'll try to forward you the one Lisa sent too. We can kind of combine.
Yeah,
them
that's
and-
good. And I think that on the same note, but a different note, I think we should create, and I can do it, a Google Doc, PTA Google Docs, so that we all have access to it. And it's not like, who created this? Can you share it with me? Because we've
Yes.
gone through that. And then we can have the agendas in there. We can have for the year.
Yes.
So I'll create
Okay.
a Google Doc folder, and we can all just put our stuff in there.
Okay.
Anyway.
perfect. So for back to school night, we want the sign up sheets. I think we also want QR codes for them to register. I think we had those last year, so I need to look and see if they're in the
To
closet.
register for what?
For PTA.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I think we have the copies still.
Okay. So we'll have to go through that. And I'm okay gathering everything up. The thing about back to school night is I also have to be at the lunch table. So I've told them I want the tables next to each other so I can double duty.
Yeah.
But I will have to be doing the lunch table.
Is it
I'll be
that
on clock.
Friday?
It's the Friday.
That's new.
The night, the time.
Yeah.
3:30 to 5:30.
Oh, okay.
On the calendar on the website, it says 6 to 7, just so you know.
Yes, we were. That was
Okay,
our
a test one. No, that's fine. I just wanted to make
3:30
sure you knew.
5:30?
Yes.
Because I was like, wow, that's different. It's Friday and it's at night. But then I looked at the school one and it wasn't. So
I do.
I know. Do you have one? I'm like,
Yes.
to bring one. I always use my phone on.
I will be there. I will plan on.
I can be there too. I just need a few minutes to go meet my kids' teachers.
Yeah.
And that's it. Like,
So
yeah, I can be there.
because that's the biggest thing is I can take care of. So I have a training that day, all day until 2, and then I'm just figuring of coming straight to the school and getting set up and stuff. So I'm fine getting the setup and getting everything printed and everything, but then the actually running. I have to. I'll be on the clock, so I'll have to be at the lunch table mostly.
No problem. We can take that.
Is there anything I'm missing that we'll be needing for back to school night that we need to like plan to?
If we have anything that we're going to hand out, do we like something with the website on it or something like that? And then we have to have it translated
Yes,
for
Spanish and Portuguese.
Yeah.
That's the other thing too, is a lot of the official stuff is translated to Spanish, but we have a lot of parents that only speak Portuguese too.
Can't help with that.
Yeah.
We can help. My husband speaks Portuguese.
Okay.
So
And we've got all the teachers.
yeah.
I can make some print some reflections flyers. Get out there.
Perfect.
Yeah. So if we just have stuff like that available,
Okay,
the
so-
sign-ups, anything we want, I'm assuming we're going to want to play or do the website, or is that just for the board, or is that?
My goal is for anyone to access it.
Okay, so then we can have something that shows that, even if you want to
Let's
create
do
a
it on
QR
the
code
same. Can we do it on the same flyer as the PTA sign up?
Yeah.
for the. Yeah.
I think then they just
less
grab one
things.
thing.
Yes, I agree.
And I think
agree.
we should decorate it cute with balloons or something to get people to want to come.
Yeah, I agree.
Have a treat.
Yeah, make it fun.
And then I'm thinking big posters of the pictures of the shirt so that they like come
Yeah.
to see.
Yeah.
Okay. So I figure we'll just like do designs through the text group if you guys are okay. I know some people hate group text. Is the text group okay with you guys?
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. I know in the past we've used like messaging apps,
Yeah.
but sometimes you don't see those as well. I don't know. It depends on.
GroupMe's pretty good that they send a text even if you don't have the app.
Do they?
Oh, do they?
And then it's easy to take people off and put them on.
Okay.
That is
Yeah, that's a good idea.
okay.
So we could try that too if people don't like the group
Yes.
text thing, because then you don't get notified for every single reply, especially like you can reply to one person.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I'm fine with GroupMe. I
Okay.
use it a
Either
lot,
one is
so.
fine.
Yeah, I'm fine with either too. I'm fine with text, honestly.
I
but
do
whatever.
love GroupMe that you can take people off and add them without starting a new thread every time.
Yes.
For young women's, I've made like 10 new threads already, and I'm just so.
I wish
Seriously.
circles would work better.
I
'cause,
know.
Like,
I know.
I know.
Okay, so I feel like we have a good idea of what we're wanting to do for back to school night. We'll figure out the details through messaging.
Okay.
Especially because like the t-shirt, we can't plan that exactly until.
We do need a budget now.
Yes.
That's the one thing.
And we'll be talking budget a little bit later.
Just from past experience, how many people do you need sitting at the table holding the sign
2
up?
at a time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we make sure, we get to see. I don't even know how 6th grade's working, so
I know.
that's going to be
I know.
interesting.
So if we had 2 shifts, like 2 at the beginning and 2 at the end, then the person at the beginning could go
and like I said, I'm gonna have the table so I can always fill in for a few minutes.
Yeah.
At one, because Jenna, there's gonna be so many J names. Jenna, the new manager. The new manager will be sitting at the table.
Okay.
So
Yeah, no, I'm fine. I can be there too, as long as I just have time to go meet teachers. So, yeah.
Will you be able to meet my teacher?
No, not at all. No.
They are important. They're important to me.
Oh.
She was just teasing ya. Yep. She was just teasing ya.
Okay, so for the red carpet day, the reason I'm putting that out is they do like to have like PTA members like cheering and stuff, which I can be there. That's not a problem. But I was reached out to by Card My Yard, and they are offering us 30% off if we want a sign. We get 1 free rental during the year, but it can't be at graduation or the first days of school.
Hasn't the school did it
The
last
school
year?
always does it. Are they not doing it this year?
So what they said in their text to me was the school sent us your information. I reached out to the old PTA president. She sent me your information.
But I think the school did it last year. Did you ask Jamie if they were
I
doing
haven't
it?
because this was after I met
Because
with
she
Jamie.
did it for Welcome Back Teachers, and then she did Welcome Back Students or something, I feel like.
Yeah.
So maybe let's just make sure that Jamie, see if
Yeah,
she's
we've
already
never
doing
paid
it.
for that, so
No.
I don't know if the school does. But the budget's been cut so much, they might not be able to do
Yeah,
that.
maybe they can.
So I'll ask Jamie if she's doing that for the first day of school. But as for the
If not, I think we do it.
Yeah.
Because it's awesome.
Yeah.
and
it's
so
fun
we'll
to
get
take
30%
pictures.
off, so it'll be about $70.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Spirit Nights. I would love it if we had one a month, so that those were our only fundraisers, so that we're not making the kids. I don't like making my kids go ask people for money. Are we in
So it's actually
agreement?
not allowed. We can't have kids ask.
Really? Like the
I was just reading this morning. I read
Okay,
up
I was
new.
because I've been trying to find the district policies and I could not find
Yeah,
them.
it says kids are not to go door to door.
Okay.
Oh,
So-
wow.
But the readathon was okay.
Well, the readathon is online,
Ah.
so you just
you
text
go.
it out and
Yeah.
the website.
So, but yeah, so I'm hoping between Spirit Nights and then like any like money we make at like field or at family picnic and spring carnival that we'll be able to like reimburse ourselves.
What
'Cause we
did you
always-
guys think of Spirit
Yeah.
Nights?
Is that where you go to the dinner?
Yes.
Yeah.
We did Raising Cane's,
Oh yeah,
but we eat out all the time, so like it would just point us to where we're eating.
Yeah,
out.
that's
Yeah.
kind of what we thought too.
It's good because it's not a lot of pressure.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I think too.
Just
And
to
then
know
you
if
go
there-
or you
sometimes
don't.
I went and sometimes I
Yeah.
didn't.
Yeah. And I think that's if you get, we thought it's low pressure, but also you get choice. If we do it more often, you can pick or choose the ones you like and you don't like, but there's no pressure. It's not like,
Yeah,
I don't
so
know.
I think the more the better because like some days
Some don't
I'm okay
appeal
to do it. And some
yeah,
I'm not, so-
exactly.
And I'm spending more money on when we're doing it because I'm like, well, at least it's going. We're getting
Yeah.
food, but it's also
Yeah.
getting
Yeah.
going towards the school.
Or you'd be like, oh, take so and so's friends. Like it would almost
Yeah.
turn into like an event too. For
Yeah.
That's kind of what we thought. So I'm glad.
As we really, I mean, because my husband was unemployed when we first started last year, and so like I was like, well, we have to buy, so I can do that. I can't donate money just on the side,
Yeah.
but we have to go out for supper. Like we'll budget for that month, so I feel like it's something that anyone can reach.
But there's not pressure.
Exactly.
I don't know. Hopefully not pressure. Did your
Chick-fil-A
kids?
doesn't do it here.
Oh, really?
They don't?
Yes, no. At least not the
so
Chick-fil-A
good to
nearby.
work with
I tried to
usually.
I
reach
wonder
out.
if the Orem one does.
And that's what I'm wondering is. The
And
Orem
would they
one.
do it for a Provo school?
I like. Did they do handles?
Yes.
I liked ice cream because that's even
Yeah.
a fun outing
Yeah.
without buying a whole meal. You know.
Yeah.
with
That was the
8
first time we'd been there, and we were like, "Whoa, this is amazing! All these flavors."
I've heard In-N-Out does it. Somebody told me In-N-Out does it, and I think that would be a popular one. It would be popular for my family, but
Oh, in and out.
In and out.
Yeah.
I've also Zupas.
oh,
Or pizza place.
Yeah, and the I
Things
want
that kids would eat.
pizza.
yeah.
Our best one last time was Panda Express.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
My kids love that.
We made a lot on Panda Express.
How much? So it's like 15% or something of
Yeah.
proceeds go to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. a lot
I
of
wanted to get a list of about like 10 to 15 ideas so that then we can.
Yeah, I just think dessert's good. Dessert's
Yeah, I think to
easier
mix it up
sometimes.
between meal, like do a meal and then a dessert place, then a
about,
meal,
like,
then a
drink.
dessert place.
What
or
about like sippin' or?
Oh yes.
if they do it? Yeah.
Does crumble or
Oh, that's a good idea.
yeah, dirty dough.
You know what? Just down the street, one of Colson's friends, she works for Crumble. I'll ask her.
Wait, Colson's friends.
Yeah.
Who is?
Asher's mom works for Crumble.
No.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So we have In-N-Out, Zupas.
You should really just Google which ones offer it.
Do we want to try to set one for
No.
I'd say start September. That's my personal preference.
Yeah, I agree. It's too much.
Yeah, I
Right?
know, right?
It's also just, I think that's a lot for families right at the beginning.
Yeah.
There's a lot of input. Let's wait.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what I did last year, and maybe you guys can help me come up with better ideas, we put the signs out in front. We tried to send a flyer home. And then the stickers on the kids actually was our best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our best.
You put stickers on the kids?
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever saw that.
That was only the last one. Only the last one. The
Last
handles.
two. Handles.
Oh,
and-
because they sent us the stickers.
Yes. And
So,
that, yeah, there were two, and I can't remember which one was which, but one sent us stickers, and then we made them for the next one.
yeah.
There's nothing like pressure from your kids, right? Because my kids would come home with the stickers. Mom, we got to do this. Mom.
Well,
And I was
otherwise
like,
they
"Oh,
put their
okay."
flyer in their backpack and then you
Yeah.
never see
for
it.
2 weeks.
Or you see it a week later, a month later, or who knows.
I don't know. Any other thoughts
I
of what
really
would
like
be
the
good?
sign in the front of the
Sticker is
school
great.
because I would forget it when
Okay.
I drop them off.
The reminder texts. Like a
Jamie
lot of
is
us
Jamie
do.
does
very-
not like to send
She
texts.
doesn't want to overwhelm families, like
I
to where
like
they
forced
ignore.
her to. I bugged her about it so much for the yearbooks because I was like, nobody's bought their yearbooks. Please send a text.
She just doesn't want it to get, because this is another issue, but it feels like a lot of people don't read the newsletters because they just look the same. And so they tune it out. She didn't want texts to turn into that, so she was very careful about how many she sent, which I get,
Totally.
that you don't want people to just like, oh, it's another principal text.
Right. Right.
And so she was, but sometimes it's like, we need to get the word out. But, so we just need to figure out a way to communicate with people that they'll see stuff. Like, whether it's pushing social media and then really being regular about posting so that it shows up, or it's
I really
a
feel like
PTA text string, like text, like system that we get and send out text to people, but we don't have everybody's numbers.
We don't have
And
everyone's number, and it pays. You have to pay
yeah,
for things
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
the sign in front of the school, like better than any poster in the school
Yeah.
or flyers.
I
you know, 'cause
agree.
It's like,
Yep, I
there.
agree.
And I made it so that I could just swap it in and out.
Yeah.
So one and done. And I'm totally happy to keep making the stickers because that's something I can do when I'm done my lunch thing, and it takes me like an hour to print them off. So
Oh, here's a 57 school restaurants that do. I saw Cheesecake Factory was on there.
and they're open now.
They are Panda Express.
Buffalo Wild Wings, Chipotle.
Yeah.
Ooh, there's some good ones on there.
Yeah, there are some good.
I think we just like vary it from month to month so it's not
Yeah.
the same burger and fries.
Yep, exactly,
But faster
exactly.
foods, you're going to get a higher volume of people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did that
Yep.
have a pizza one? Just
Yeah, that's
let's
because I feel like a
see.
pizza
we didn't do
one,
a pizza one.
and I feel like that would be
Pizza
great
Kitchen
to
is closed.
plan
There was
for
a Little
Saturday, or
Caesars.
for September.
Little
Pizza's a great one because they just
Little
order to their
Caesars
house,
is
right?
great.
Mod Pizza.
Mod's delicious,
See.
but
All right, Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut.
I wonder if Domino's
is there a
does
Pizza
it.
Hut?
Domino's would be the big, I think.
Because it's so
Like, that's
close,
so
right? There's one
candy,
there.
It is.
Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
But that place is all torn up right now. So.
Yeah.
So can you text that list?
But there
Yeah.
would need to be instructions if you did like an online Domino's or whatever pizza
Yeah.
order to say this,
This is
is
how.
for like
There was
Yeah.
one that we had online instruction. Muyas.
Yes.
Yep.
They
'Cause
were-
I had to put the online instructions.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's we
I
have
could
to
see
make
that
sure.
would be good. I bet most people have a pizza day.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, at least with people around.
And like some of them are really expensive and some of them are cheaper. So
Yeah.
if we go to an expensive restaurant, then it has to be cheaper the
Cheaper
next
the
month.
next time. Yeah, I
just
agree.
to get all the
You should do it
Yeah.
on a Friday.
days. So we tried a Friday. The first one was on a Friday, but it was the same night as a BYU game, and it was
Yeah.
a nightmare.
We couldn't get there in time because of traffic. So we go to the football games, and we tried, and we between
Well, there
getting
were
home
so
from
many
work
people
and
there.
the restaurant, it was packed, and they were having computer problems. We couldn't do it before
I just
the game.
I need to check and make sure there's not something big going on. 'Cause
Yeah.
that was my fault last
So
time.
would we prefer
Well,
like
Mondays
a
work
Monday
great, too.
night or a Friday night?
I feel like pizza
Friday.
Friday.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
depending
Okay.
on what it is.
Maybe
Like,
vary
I
it.
can't always
Yeah,
take my
that's a
whole
good-
family out, but like my daughter gets home early from high school, and when it was on Fridays, I took her. But then I'm like, dang it, it's on Monday. Like,
Okay, so we'll
Yeah.
vary
Okay.
those. Then
Okay.
people can choose.
So think of ideas of where you want and we'll look at them and then at the next meeting we'll plan out for the year.
Yeah, I would like to have all the dates set for the whole year so we can give a calendar and people
get
will just
signed
know.
Yeah.
Because it takes some time to get signed up
Yeah.
with each restaurant
Yep.
and all that stuff.
You have
too.
to go through and sign all the contracts. and-
Yeah.
Okay. Are you good with waiting until the next
Yeah.
meeting?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Family picnic. Jamie has 2 dates she wanted us to decide between. September 16th or just September 23rd. So they're both Monday nights.
it's a week apart, right?
2 weeks apart. She will be gone.
Wait,
The 16th.
No,
is-
they're
There's just 1 week.
apart.
They are 1 week apart. Why? Hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me double check. Because I feel like it was.
Hey, Cecily.
I feel like she's out of town on the 16th, and so she was saying the 9th or the 23rd. Let me look at my notes to double check. I feel like she was saying she was out of town on the 16th, and it was the 9th or the 23rd. I wrote down 16th or 23rd, but I'm almost positive I remember her saying she's out of town on the 16th, so she wanted the 9th or the 23rd.
Look how bright.
So, oh wow. So let's.
I don't have a preference.
If we do the 9th, then we might be able to get people to sign up for the vision screening.
Vision screening is the easiest one.
I know.
It's the easy. I've been in charge of it for like 4 years, and it is the easiest thing to get volunteers for. It's one and done. I don't know. So I bet we'll get that at back to school night.
23rd gives us more time.
It does give us more time, and I wonder if it's just a little more removed from all the craziness of back to school. I don't know.
We know that's for
Cooler
sure one of the
temperatures,
days.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a little cooler.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is a little
Okay,
cooler.
so let's
Yeah,
say the
I think
23rd.
Yeah.
Seems like a lot of people go from soccer games over there too. So like you'd be in soccer, but I don't know. I guess we'll see.
Is soccer from both of those times? I don't even know
I
when
think
it
it
starts.
starts.
It's both.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, usually stuff starts
What,
in August.
what time do we usually do it?
It's usually been, I can look back at last year,
I couldn't find
6 to
5 to 7.
Yeah.
5 to 7.
Because then people kind of linger till 7:30.
5
or-
to 7.
Yeah.
Hey, Leanne, how are you? Good. How are you guys? Pretty good.
Come join our PTA meeting.
She's a graphic designer.
Oh, nice. Yeah, yes, please.
No, not the whole PTA,
But
but,
pretty close.
yeah.
I'm trying to grow it. We need a graphic designer.
I know somebody.
Well, maybe we should show you the shirt ideas and you can go from
Oh,
there.
gosh.
There you go.
No, I think it's best not to save the people involved. And I wasn't one of them, so I'm not protecting myself. No.
Okay.
They went to go get snacks.
So, I think we can plan details for the family picnic, but since it is going to be, we're going to have another meeting before then, and I want to save
Yeah.
people's time.
Yeah.
I say we do the planning at the August
Great.
meeting.
Yep, sounds great.
And it's not actually that hard to plan.
No, it's pretty easy. We get pizza, we get drinks.
The only thing is we had talked about a new PA system. And wanted to know if the school's going to do that or if we wanted to do that, because that was why the music was off last year. So, think about
It
that.
was on Tuesday anyway, so unless they've taken it down.
Okay, reflections. What are we needing for that?
So the main first step is just advertising. That doesn't take a lot of help, but print out flyers, put up posters, and then every week putting flyers in the mailboxes.
We need committee members. So
Yes.
and the thing with reflections is a lot of it can be done at home. So we can be getting the parents that are like, I want to help, but I work or something.
I can make a list of all the stuff that we do,
Okay.
and then it's easier to ask for that kind of help.
Are you okay doing that? Is that okay? That would be wonderful.
That is good on the signups if we put this could be done from home, because I know there's a lot of parents who say, I work, I can't come to things during the day, but is there something I can do from home? So when we have the signups at back to school night, if we put that on the ones that can be done from home, that would be good.
Leanne, do you want an agenda?
Yeah, give me an agenda.
This is how we pull you in.
I bring my kids to the park.
You need to go to the bathroom? Ceci, can you take him to the bathroom, please? Yeah. Thank you. Okay.
Is that something, are you going to do signups for at back to school for all the committees, or is that something like
Every event.
every event? Okay.
Yeah.
So then we can say, yes, I can.
Not the committees?
Well, because like reflections,
Well, like-
I'd be happy to help.
Like
with
reflection,
that.
yeah, like every
specifically.
event. Like reflections is an
Oh, okay.
event, like that kind
I
of
don't
stuff.
feel like it's an event because
Sorry.
it takes so
No,
long.
sorry. I guess we just mean like everything that the PTA does. So everything from like vision screening to reflections to spring festival, all of that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
So every one of these items will have a sign up for, and so if you guys think of other things you want the sign-ups for, let me know so that I can make those sign-ups up back to school. Okay. Any other needs that you think we need to talk about before?
Yeah. Also, all the other things. He's going to preschool. I'm like 4 hours away. I gotta do with my life. Can't get a job because that's not enough hours, but I can do
Yeah.
something else.
Unless you want to be a lunch clerk like me.
Yeah, that's true. My mom was when I was in elementary school.
Nice.
Okay. So reflections. Is there anything else immediate that we need to talk about?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah. I think, just we need to talk about if we want to do some things differently, but we can't just talk about that.
Okay. All right. Golden apple. What are the things that you need for that?
Are you okay doing it again? I guess that's
Yeah, oh, I'm totally fine. It's not stressful at all for me, but
it's kind of
because the
fun.
library
It's shopping, and then you get to present.
I
and-
know. I mean, the library helps a ton by just doing the voting. You know, having the votes in the library at that time. I feel like that's really easy. And then I wish we could make sure every teacher gets some votes, but I don't know. Last year I was like making my kids like just nice things so that they don't come up with I got one vote, you know.
Yeah.
But no, I think we're fine. I feel like last year it worked out really well, starting the voting in January.
Okay.
Would
Would you?
The year before we started a little late, but that was because
Yeah.
there was a transition.
We didn't know what we were doing.
Yeah, I know. I mean, we were all figuring that out, but I think
Like
I just plan to do it until Porter graduates.
Yeah.
He's starting kindergarten, so
Okay. Okay.
I'm good
Awesome.
for a while.
Sweet.
What do you want included on the sign-up sheets for help, or do you not need a
I
sign-up?
don't need any help really,
Okay.
because it's not very hard. Once you count them up,
Okay.
you just put together the gift bag,
Okay.
and then
Did I send you the website, the Google sheet?
where people voted,
Yeah.
like
well,
the results.
so I'm gonna send you the actual voting thing so that you can change it and send it out and
Yeah, that'd be great.
all the things.
I'll look up.
I mean, you can change the form or you can just leave it as is and send it out again.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So then the yearbook, I talked to Season. She said she would do it again.
Does she do it with anybody, or is it just her?
It's mostly her and me.
I can help with that too.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's another one.
I love digital scrapbooking. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's another one that can be done at home on your own time.
Yeah.
Biggest thing, she was like, please push for committee members. So
Yeah.
we'll put that on the sign up. Thing about this one that we're a little concerned about is Debbie is not going to be at the school anymore.
Oh.
And she's the one who was providing all the pictures.
Yikes. So
we
every
have-
event.
there
So
needs
is
to be-
Jamie giving somebody that task?
Yes, I was going to talk about that, but basically, Jessica Nielsen will be in charge of social media, but that doesn't mean that she's going to be Debbie.
Yeah.
So,
I kind of wanted
Parents,
that
like,
job. I'm
submit
not gonna lie.
photos on field trips. On
you know what? I wonder if I can put a link on the webpage.
I was gonna say, if there's a
Because-
link, people can upload their.
yeah. When I'm on field trips, I try to like send them if I have the parents' number, obviously.
Yeah, I do
Or
too.
in the class helping, or so
I
feel
like the
sometimes
link on the
too,
website, I do.
A lot of the same kids will come to the
Yes.
picnics and stuff, and then the kids that don't may not be in
in
the
the
yearbook as much.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And
But
she
if
was
they're-
really, I feel like she was good about knowing the kids enough to like kind of get a lot of the kids.
Sure,
Like
yeah,
she would
yeah.
get a lot.
So,
Oh boy.
Like what my My neighbor's 4-year-old was in the yearbook, which is fine, but she didn't go to school yet because she was at the back to school thing. But anyway,
There was at a couple of the back to schools. There was like people. I was like, you graduated like 5 years ago.
yeah, maybe it's more about the family environment thing.
Yeah.
I'll look into making a link maybe on the forum section of the webpage. It can be submit pictures here.
But yeah.
And then I think that's something we should make sure we put at back to school night, have a poster.
Yeah, and then maybe regularly, like, the teachers, tell the teachers, because I know, like, when I've chaperoned, sometimes, like, Mrs. Moser, for example, she said, any pictures you take, will you please send them to me? And so then maybe the teachers can upload them, or they can say, can you send them to this link or something anyway. So
I'm also going to try to be cognizant because I'm there all the time at all the events. So
Okay. I'm horrible at
some
taking
pictures.
I am horrible
Girls camp, I
too.
didn't even take any. So
Yeah.
yeah, I took 600 and that was fun. They didn't allow girls to have their cell phones.
yeah.
So it was like me or none. So a little bit
I'm gonna
crazy.
find out what Jessica's like plan is of like how much she's.
I wonder if she would give me access to the Facebook page. 'Cause so many times I'd email Debbie like, please put this on, and then like a week later it would finally get done.
Yes.
I was gonna bring this is later, but I was gonna bring that up. The webpage is linked to social media sites. Are we wanting it linked? Thing about the PTA websites, Facebook and Instagram, is you have to be
A PTA
a
member.
PTA member. Do we want to just link to the schools and just be using the schools' social media, or do we want to remain a separate entity that way
Wait, you have to be a PTA member to.
even see the posts?
Well, you don't have to be a PTA member. You have to join
Oh,
that
yeah, yeah,
specific
yeah.
site.
I was watching
I mean, we can. I feel like you said, I would ask Debbie to post things, and all of a sudden she'd post 4 posts all in the same day. So mine got buried because it was the 4th one or something. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, let's ask if we can have a PTA member
have
as
access.
admin.
Yeah, and if it needs to be an employee, then you or somebody, you know, like,
That's a good idea.
because then we can space it out too. Because it really would be like, there would be nothing for a month, and she'd post 4 things in one day, and I'm like, well, nobody's going to see all 4 of those posts. And I only did because I went to the page to see if she had posted my thing. So, I don't know.
Oh, okay. It sounded like a man's voice. Okay. Moving on. Spring Carnival. The only thing is that Jamie wanted us to talk about, and we don't have to do this today, but she wanted to get ideas for date and time. And she was like, I know you guys had big ideas, had ideas last time that we didn't necessarily listen to. I agree with the not having it so early because parents can't make it.
Yeah, I agree. The whole thing was they said that they can't require the teachers to stay, but
she and I, when we were talking, she was like, I'm only going to require them 2 nights the whole year. They don't have to go to anything else, the family picnic and the spring carnival. So if it is later, that will be okay.
yeah, that's good. It is hard. And it is hard to sell dinner at 3:30. Like, I don't know.
Was that the same thing as the Portuguese night?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. But we can't call it
We
that
can't
because
call
it
it that.
excludes the non-Portuguese kids.
We had complaints the first year.
Yes.
You're kidding.
No.
Parents were so mad.
That their kids didn't get to dance and excluded their kids and on and on. Yes. We've heard it all.
School year's not. Oh god.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought it ended up being really cool though.
It was
It
cute.
was
It
fun.
was.
And I
good.
think more
Dance
people
this year.
came because everyone was involved.
Yeah,
so I think
like
it was
my
a
in-laws
good
came
thing.
to
I
it,
just
yeah.
wish it wouldn't have been a mean thing.
Yes,
That's
yes.
why it happened. We
Yes.
could have just gotten there by
Maybe make a
ourselves.
suggestion and just say, hey, wouldn't it be so fun if everybody was not, this is so unfair. Yeah.
Yeah. But I do think it turned out well.
It did turn out good. It was fun. It was really
It's
fun.
cute to see the kids.
Yeah. So from now on, it's going to be, instead of Festa Junina, which is Portuguese, it's going to be the Spring Cultural Festival.
Cute. Okay. I'm going to skip 6th grade graduation. We don't need to worry about that right now.
Yeah.
Teacher appreciation, I think we'll just have the sign up for those doors.
And Lisa's still in charge of that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bless her.
She does a great job.
Yes, she does.
I love that she gives you like what the teachers like.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun.
So
Did that get emailed?
I had access to him because I had asked her specifically,
Right.
but I don't think everyone got
She
them.
emailed you just
Because I go, well, sweet, well, I can't remember the music teacher. I had her this past year.
Thompson.
Yes. But I had to email her because I didn't know. But I didn't know to email Lisa. Yeah.
Oh, she usually would send it, but maybe she just missed some.
Well, and I signed up like 3 days before.
Oh,
So maybe
okay,
that's
so
why.
maybe that's why. Because she usually, like, I signed up and she sent me that teacher specifically.
Okay.
But it would be nice to have it. It would kind of be nice to have that for the whole year, I feel like, to know the
Yeah.
teachers' favorites, to, like, send it to all the parents, just so they know.
Yeah, like Mrs. Beasley sent out an email with all her favorite stuff. So then,
Oh.
like, teacher appreciation or her birthday or whatever.
Or just
random snacks,
anything,
and
yeah.
you thought about her.
Yeah.
I feel like at the beginning of the year, it's like, this is about me, you know?
Yeah. I wish
Yeah.
every teacher did that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to ask them awkwardly if I get picked up. Hey, what's your favorite snack? Okay.
I think
Well, I'll just sign up earlier and won't be an issue.
I think same with the SEP meals is like Lisa usually takes those. So at the next meeting, we'll see if she needs any specifics, but we'll just have signups of being willing to help.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
While we're on the kind of the subject, when are you planning on having meetings?
I have that as the last
Okay.
thing we'll decide on.
Okay, because if it's early in the month, then we can do most of this in the August meeting.
Yeah.
And this can just be the
Yeah.
basis.
And that's what I'm thinking is early in the month, and we'll figure out time. So if you're okay putting a pin
Yep.
for like
Yep.
3, yeah. Okay. Looking at other events and needs, I just put a couple things that I was like, is there anything we're thinking? I'm more thinking, so newsletter season usually does that with Monica Rock.
Yeah.
And she said she's fine doing it as long as Monica's doing it. I haven't been able to reach out to Monica yet.
There's a PTA newsletter?
School.
It's a school
the school
newsletter, but the
newsletter.
PTA,
It's emailed out.
it's
The one that Candy always sends?
yes.
Yeah.
So that's actually done by Season and Monica, and then they send it to Candy.
And they
then
always
Candy-
send me like, what do you need to put in it?
Yeah.
And I send all the
Oh,
information.
So I don't know much about it beyond that. Like I was just told about it. That we
yeah,
were
they
involved.
just switch off months.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
So
I
I
did
need
not
to reach
know.
out to Monica.
And they usually have one PTA rep that they send us. So I was doing it last year, but I don't have to do it again this year.
Okay.
If someone wants that.
I'll talk to Season. Okay. The Safety Week month, I already talked about it. That's going to be done by the school. Room parents, Jamie said she's going to ask teachers, and then we can get information from them if we're wanting it. She's like,
Yes.
you don't need to push it yourself.
No, they need to get them, because that's been a thing in the past.
I realized maturation. Are we in charge of that?
Yes, we are.
Okay, so
The
we-
kits and the stuff. And the
It's actually a really easy one if
It
someone
is.
wants to.
It's just getting the
Do it.
kit stuff, I
You
think.
just order from Amazon, put it all together, and then.
And then that day, we took cookies and juice.
Yeah, the teachers do the actual teaching.
Okay,
Yeah.
but we do
Yeah.
the we do kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've got all the stuff we ordered in the past, so if someone wants to just get on and
So
order.
we'll get a sign up for that.
Yeah.
Someone
The
to
volunteers.
probably someone to head it, and then like 2 or 3 people to help out.
So the teachers said they need it earlier in the year than ever.
Need
And maybe specify that you will not be doing the teaching.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
would
Yeah.
be a turn off.
So I'm thinking like, yeah, seriously.
okay. So how early?
So the first year we did it like in February, and the teachers were like, "We need it like the beginning of so like September or October."
Okay.
I would
So
say.
what if at the signups at back to school we get the signups, and then at the next meeting we make sure everything's ready for that.
Okay.
Solidify it next meeting. Okay.
Is that
J
5th grade, 6th grade, or
Fifth.
just 5th?
JA is going to be done now by the school. It is being
Yeah, we talked about that.
okay.
The teaching,
The teach all of it. So it's being
Are the
We're gonna
teachers
split
doing
it.
it?
We're gonna
Shelby is
split
doing
it. We're gonna split it to four lessons. Yeah. So we talked about it because even like Karen last year said, they finish up with first sight, what's that thing they do?
Right. First step.
First step. They finish with that, and then they have like a month and a half at the end where there's nothing on Fridays, so they're going to do it on Fridays after first step. And the teachers, because that's how it was meant to be done. It's a lot for one day. It's too much. The kids lose patience or attention for it.
Oh, that's that like bank thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
the finance.
Okay, yeah.
And so I feel so strongly about it. That's why I've headed it up, but it's a ton of work. It's fine. but some of the teachers came back and said, I talked to somebody and in their school, the teachers teach it every Friday for 4 weeks or something. And that's actually how it's meant to be. But you can also do what's called JA in a day, which is what we did, and just teach all the lessons. But it's just like a fire hose of information. And the kids, by the end, they lose, they're just like tuning it out. Yeah. And so then we also don't have to get 40 volunteers, which was like pulling teeth. Last year was better, but anyway, so we'll probably still, I guess if they're doing it, because she said we still might ask for helpers to come in for some of the grades, but maybe they're not. Maybe the teachers are just going to do it.
She was saying, they'll take care of it. That They might reach out to us for some help, but.
Awesome.
Just other things we're thinking, popsicle hot chocolate days like we did, or ribbon weeks or anything else. I feel like let's put a pin in those for right now.
Yep, that's great.
So then the next is the calendar. Where did I put my calendar? I was going to print out calendars for everybody, but I had a lot going on. But basically, let's figure out at least... figure out August, and then at the August meeting we'll figure out the calendar for the rest of the year. Is that okay?
That's great.
So August 1st, there is the PTA training for presidents, reflections, secretary, and treasurer. It's August 1st from 9 to 12 at the Nebo Summit Center. And I have the address if you need it. Do you want to just carpool? Yeah. So we have that. Back to school is from 3:30 to 5:30 on the 9th. First day of school. That's all I had. That's all I have for August.
That's great.
And then, if we save things for September. Yeah. Okay.
Because then we'll have like the Spirit Night information.
Exactly.
And we can get it all.
That's great.
Okay. Additional business. So needs assessment. Jamie wants to do a needs assessment for the whole school. And so our idea that we came up with, because you're supposed to be doing it with PTA to see what people are wanting, our idea is that she does it and then we'll have QR codes at the family picnic that people can scan and then fill it out.
This is like physical needs, like people who need.
No, this is more like, what are you wanting? What are the things? Yeah, I know. I want a needs assessment. That would be nice. Like, what's important? What haven't we been doing that you wish we were? Things like that.
Kind of like a survey sort of?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So if you guys think of things that you want included, when she finalizes or she makes a rough draft, she wants to send it to us to have our approval.
Okay.
So
Jamie's doing that.
Yeah. So that will be coming up. SCC, so School Community Council, she wants, so PTA is actually supposed to be in that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but she was like, I really want a PTA member or two at that. So I'm fine going. You have to be voted and everything. So I'm fine applying. But if you guys are free, she says she typically does it on a morning at 8:30. She says the reason why she really wants PTA involved in that is because they're the ones who determine where the money's used. And she was like, this was her quote. She was like, I was getting so annoyed because there were people at that meeting deciding and talking about all these things and they have no idea what's going on. PTA knows what's going on. And you guys have a good relationship with me and you know where things are important. So just keep that out when they announce that if you have the ability.
Once a month.
It's once a month for an hour.
I can do it.
Okay, website, social media. I already told you new social media. What do we want? We use the schools. We already talked about that. Okay, couple things is YouTube. So I got us a YouTube. Everything's attached to the PTA email. So I can give you guys all access to the PTA Gmail account. But YouTube, we can post the videos and then I can link them onto the website. However, this is just something to mull about. If we get 50 subscribers, then we can be doing live videos. I don't know if we want live videos or if we're fine just posting the meetings afterwards for the people to vote for 24 hours. But just...
Would this be instead of doing Zoom?
Yes.
You can do YouTube?
Yes. So, because Zoom, you're limited by the hour or the 45 minutes, which I'm hoping, I feel bad because I've already taken up an hour and a half everyone's time, but I'm hoping they won't be super long meetings. But just kind of keeping in mind, I wanted to know if you guys wanted a training of like the website and everything about it. I'm happy to set that up at some point, but I'm also fine just continuing and doing it. So that's another just kind of think about that. And then I talked about the calendar. Laura, are there any things that you're wanting for that calendar, or any changes you want to do or anything?
So I put up on the website 2 months just trying to figure out how to make it work, and I've hooked in like one sign up. So keep in mind it's a rough draft, you know. But if we can, like, I don't know how we want to do it, but like the idea was to have the online sign up. You could just click on the event and see it right there. If people in charge of events can make their own sign up, we just need a URL. It doesn't have to all be Sign Up Genius or Google Sign Up, whatever. It could be what it, nice. But then just like get those to me and I just link it, Awesome. And it's, so just as you finish those, as you have those ready, just send it in. So it doesn't have to be all by one day or whatever. Just
before we go to the budget, is there anything that I've missed?
Mommy.
Well, that's fine. That is my phone. Please leave it alone. Okay, so leave it alone. So budget, because we need to know the budget for. So we need to at the August meeting, we have to post it so that it's a general meeting. It has to be posted so that everyone knows about it, because that's where we approve the budget for the year. So we'll figure out the date, but just note we need to like have that set and post it right away. So
and we have to have 10 members there.
Yeah, there has to be 10.
Or 10 voting.
Yes.
Or like,
yes. Yeah. Voting total.
So looking at the budget, I had the one that we set up last year. Mostly I want to make sure, let's see, where was back to school? Back to school, it looks like we spent budget amount. Oh, that's percentage. That's why I was like, looks like we had budgeted 50 and we didn't spend anything.
Well, we probably will this year with posters and balloons, right?
Candy.
Yeah.
So would 50 be enough, or do we need to budget more?
I mean, candy alone can get expensive.
I would say 100 would be plenty.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then if we don't use it all, it goes somewhere else.
Okay.
Is there any other budget needs that we need to plan before the August meeting when we do the full budget?
I think so.
Okay. Is there anything looking at the budget that you want to talk about before?
No, because I haven't honestly looked at it. So
Perfect. Okay, so just immediate needs that we needed to make sure. Sign-ups online and for the papers for back to school, we got those figured out. So I'm okay once we go through the ones we have, getting everything. I'm gonna use that website as a base, a home base for anything. And if it's not working or we don't like it, tell me. I'm okay. T-shirt decisions, we decided 4 designs by the 1st, and then we'll go to the final 2 to vote at back to school. Okay, back to school setup, we got that mostly figured out, and we'll figure out details on text, right?
do we tell, what's her name, custodian? Do we tell her we need tables? Does she set them up, or do we set them up?
I will ask Jamie.
Okay. Connie. I don't like
I'm pretty sure they always set them
Yeah,
up.
that's what I thought.
Okay, and we got the picnic date. We talked about the signs for the welcome, so I know that. Spirit night we got, committee chair ideas. Okay, anything else? And then we already talked about things. Okay, so setting times for the next meetings. When works? When do you guys want? So, please don't play with my phone. Please don't play with my phone.
But I want to watch something.
I'm almost done. So like I said, we have to, I think they changed the rules. It used to be 30 days. It has to be posted for general meeting notice when any big approvals are done. But I think they've just recently changed it to 2 weeks. So I'm going to double check. So that gives us,
Wednesdays are really tricky for me.
Yeah.
But any other days are fine.
I'm pretty flexible.
I prefer like during the school day.
That's hard.
I can't come during the school day, but
Yeah, It's hard for the employees.
Yeah.
So
Am I the only one
Lisa,
that's... Oh,
I can go.
And Lisa.
I can go if it's before 10, but after 10 I can't do.
yeah.
What-
And you're the full school day, and
Yeah.
Lisa's the
Lisa's
full school
full.
day. I
What-
can do either.
What is best for you guys?
I mean, during the school day would be easy, but of course that's like, or right after school.
Because
And
we
just have
can
the kids
do
go straight
a
to that.
board meeting after. Does that make sense? And and that would
so I have 2 meetings instead of 1.
Yeah,
How do
I
you
know.
feel about that?
I know. I know. But if I'm already at the school, might as well give me something to do. But how do you feel about being like, okay, we have the general meeting and then we have a board meeting, or do you want to?
Just for August or for always?
We can do just for August, or we can do always. This is more.
I think that's being very optimistic that that many other people are going to show up. But we're trying to be optimistic that people are going to volunteer
It
and
used to
show
be
up.
a really big program, and then COVID kind of
Yeah. Yep.
just need to get the right.
So I'm fine with whatever. Like I said, I can make either time work. My work is flexible, so I can do whatever.
Okay, what if we just planned August and then at the August meeting we decide the rest of the year?
That's great. Let's do that.
I think having 2, there'd be disconnect.
I do
Yeah,
agree.
Lisa's right about that.
I do.
agree.
I
That's a
mean,
good point.
if we want to do it during the day, I could watch afterward or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
And same with me. Like
to
I
have
can
your
watch
feedback.
afterwards. You know,
Okay.
if you do it right after school or whatever.
Oh, you would have to miss that one.
What's that?
Right after school.
Right after school is tricky just because I have kids in all the schools.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, so for August meeting, I think I'd like to do it.
Could we do? I wonder if we could do like a 2:30 to 3, and then 3 to but we always start about 3:30. I was just gonna say, I wonder if we could do like a carryover, kind of like the people who had to leave when school gets out can leave, but maybe that's too much overlap. I don't know. Maybe not. I was just trying to think if we could catch some people and then kind of bring them, the ones that couldn't come up to speed, but maybe that's just overkill. I don't know.
Okay. I'm almost done, son. So today's the 18th.
Mama,
What?
someone is spitting seed from
I mean, if we can get a lot of people during the school day, my input is not as big as if we can get lots of people.
Okay.
So I would rather do that if there's going to be 10 or 15 people, and then I can watch it. Because I feel like it is hard. As a parent, I wouldn't want to do it after school because
Yeah, that's
kids
when
and activities and
So for August, would you guys like to meet before school starts, or the first week of school, or the end of August?
I think you should do it before because you still have back to school.
Yeah.
Maybe like details that pop up. I don't know.
You don't need a pig.
Because we can do
I'm out of town until that Wednesday,
Yeah,
the
you
7th.
7th. Would we want to do a meeting on the 8th and just be like,
Get
what
everything
last minute
planned.
things are we needing for back to school, and then
Back to school, nice and neat.
yeah, does the 8th work for you guys?
Can I see my phone really quick? Oh. Maybe I can see it on my phone.
Can I drop off a letter at Lucy's?
No.
Do it in the morning
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah. Does this work well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. So 9:30.
9:30
Okay.
here at the park.
It ends on August 7th. Can you believe that?
Oh, I hate that.
I'm sure that'll work.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
Did it. I knew this one would be longer. They're not all going to be an hour and a half. I
No,
promise.
it's hard when you're like the transition and all the new stuff.
And I'll work on getting seeing the Spirit Night stuff, and I'll start contacting them so that we can get that
Okay.
schedule planned out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
So yeah, at the next meeting, we want to make sure we scheduled that. There was.
And I'll get the budget. I'll get with Kristen. And,
Yeah.
Okay.
We can. Work on
But
that.
you want to do AFR?
yeah, you guys have like 10 minutes. I need 3 people
Yeah,
to look over the budget. And then